Hi everyone, I am Debbie Johnson, owner and founder of iHeart Weight Loss. And I want to give you just a couple of quick tips to maintain your weight during the holiday season. You know, this is the scariest time of the year because the average American will gain 5 pounds during this holiday. So in 6 weeks, gain 5, and it takes 6 months to go ahead and lose it, to get back into your bikini. So there's a couple of things that we've come up with that really have some also research in back of it of how to maintain your weight and to watch the calorie intakes. The first one would be is to snack wisely. Okay, so there's going to be food everywhere. There's going to be food at your office. It's going to come UPS. You're going to go to the holiday parties. This even happened this morning. So here we're located in Zephyr Cardiology, and one of the ultrasound techs decided to make these last night. This is 220 calories. And it was just laying there. You know, you could just pick it up, you don't even think about it, eat it, and there it is, 220 calories. When you're at also the office parties or at the holiday parties, you know, you're going to be walking around and grabbing some snacks. So I went through my pantry even to look. It's like, if I were to throw a party, what would I have? And I would have chips there. Well, these chips, potato chips, and they are the kettle ones, these are 140 calories only for 9. And this was even generous. I counted out, there's probably like 12 in there. Again, I went to my pantry this morning and looked, and I always love these little things. And these are peanut butter pretzels. Unbelievable, 8 for 150 calories. And you could go, you know, just walking around, probably like 3 handfuls really quickly, and it's just down the hatch. Another thing is just like fun little things, but packed with a lot of calories, even though you think that they're small, is these little guys are about 70 calories each. So when we're eating and we're not thinking about it, so you could add on in a whole day, if you went to a couple of parties, a good like 500 calories just by your snacking. And so if we watch our snacking, that would be a great thing. Instead of like filling your plate with those kinds of foods too, if you could fill your plates, if somebody was smart enough to bring like some veggies or some apples, you know, put that on your plate and try to fill yourself up with those things. Now, if you want some chips, that'd be great, but they're just a way to manage your calorie intake. Next thing is that portion control. So let me show you, in my household, is that this is my husband's mother's plate. Now look at it, it's about like 30, 40 years old, okay? As you can see is that this is when Americans, when they were a little bit smaller, and the reason being is even because of their plate sizes, this has a margin on it. So if you were to go to fill up your plate for Thanksgiving or for the Christmas meal, is that back then is that you would put the meal right in here. So it's like 2 inches different than this one. This is now my new holiday plate, and as you can see, is that probably the chances are is that we would fill it up the entire way, all the way to the end. If you could do portion control and go with that, as you see, that yes, that mathematics has the part that you would save 30% of your calories by going for a more traditional style plate. So great way to think about ways to watch the caloric intake during those big dinners. And next thing would be just really simple, is that during the holidays is that we are so stressed and we've got so much going on. We think about all the presents we need to buy for our bosses or our colleagues, the kids. And during that time is that we just don't have time really to sit down. But so mindful awareness eating, that's when you just sitting there, and when anything goes into your mouth that you realize that that is a calorie and that is your meal. The best thing to do is really just to sit down and have a special meal time. And I know it's really difficult. We're all so busy and torn every way during the holidays, but it's probably really the best way that you can, your mind and your tummy can know that this is the meal, and you'll feel satisfied, more satisfied. Turn off your electronics, honestly, when you're having a meal so that you know exactly what is going into your mouth. Is that if we slow down eating, if you choose slower as well, is that the tummy gives the brain signal that you're full. So if you are scarfing food really fast because you're in a hurry, chances are that you're going to eat a lot more food. So just slow down, kind of enjoy the time that you're sitting at nighttime or during a lunch, and just watch those calories going into. And because unfortunately, even though if you're not mindful about it, there's still calories and they are packing on the weight. And the next tip I have is the limit liquid calories. And we're not just talking about drinking at night if you're going out to a party or anything. It's even in the morning. And so, this morning I went and got a coffee over at Starbucks, but I thought about it, it's like there's a lot of people that have like the fancy drinks there. The white hot chocolate, believe it or not, is 520 calories. The eggnog coffee is 620 calories. That's a lot of calories in the morning. So if you could go to straight coffee or juice, that would be awesome too. Is a best way to kind of an easy way to watch the calorie intake. Also, we know like for lunch, if you have like Coke or if you could go to diet, that would be the best way to watch the calories. Have some water. You're going to be saving about 300 calories for lunchtime too. But the big thing is those parties, those holiday parties. So nothing says Christmas like eggnog. But the problem is that 1 cup of this has 343 calories. And if you're like me, you're just not going to stop. It's going to be a couple. So best thing is put the holiday eggnog to the side. You could have I have an idea of switching to wine. Okay, the reason being is that wine is really healthy for you. A glass of wine every night is recommended for health benefits. But another problem though there is a problem with wine or with any alcoholic beverage is that the pour size. Okay, so this is a true pour size that if you look at the calorie intake is that they would show that it's a 5-ounce pour. Okay. Now, 5-ounce pour of this would be about 130 calories. And so be cognizant of how many you're drinking because 130 calories adds up very fast. An idea that I have is that if you're at a holiday party and you want a glass of wine, great. But if you still want to feel like you're in the festive mood, is that you can change to a Perrier. Put a little lime on the side, put some ice cubes on it, and everybody thinks you're drinking like a vodka tonic. And you're not, and you're saving yourself a ton of calories by the end of the evening. Another thing is that when we drink alcohol, it lowers our resistance to food. So when you're drinking a lot, you might be eating a lot, and those are calories that you just didn't even notice, they just happen. So another thing is why the 5 pounds came on at the end of the season. It could be that. So if you limit your alcohol intake, you'll probably watch your caloric intake as well through food. So, and my last tip is when you're in a formal weight loss program with us, is that I ask my clients not to weigh in every day. We like for them to weigh in every week when they come in so they could just see the magnificent weight that they have lost and kind of their little triumph for the week. But on your own, the best way to manage weight loss over the holidays is every day get a scale and go ahead and get on it. It's the best way to see what you did for the day before, and it's just an inexpensive way. Also, you can get a nice scale like that. It will cost about $30, and just keeps you in check. And so those are our 5 tips to help you through the holidays. If you need a little bit of coaching and a little bit of support, though, give us a call. Our number is 316-260-9227. We would love to help you through the journey. So have a happy holidays and a very Merry Christmas from all of us.